When you want to see a glimpse of a different way of life or a different corner of the planet, the best places to go are the ones that are the least well-known or visited. Some strange places are famous for their stunning scenery or rich history, while others fascinate us because of the unknown. People inhabiting such places transform these weird living regions to a whole new level. Today's video is about escaping the suburbs or comfy city life you lead and discovering interesting, unusual, and completely insane places where people actually reside. Number 15. La Rinconada, Peru. In Peru, La Rinconada is avoided by tourists because it is so dismal. La Rinconada is located at a height of nearly 5,000 feet and lacks running water and sewage. The entire 30,000-person community, including youngsters, is working their hands to the bone in mercury-filled gold mines. But that's not all. The second reason La Rinconada is on our list of insane places to live is because the miners are not compensated. The miners work free for an entire month, and on the last day they are allowed to carry as many rocks as they can lift in the hopes of striking it rich. The city is a dangerous outlaw town reminiscent of the Wild West, if the Wild West were extremely cold and mountainous. Number 14. Reside Monastery. The church, the cells, the guard quarters, the reception halls, and the exhibition hall are all located on the 3 levels of the monastery. To gain a proper appreciation, one must first make the effort to visit this truly breathtaking location. The fact that there is now a road at the base takes away from the sense of mystery. Since 1988, the Reside Monastery has served as the residence for a small community of nuns. Living at such a height must be a unique experience, and it might even be a little bit terrifying. Number 13. World's thinnest house, Warsaw, Poland. There are a total of 150 square feet of living space split between the 2 floors. The width of the house ranges from 212 feet at its most narrow point to just 4 feet at its most broad point. The unit is furnished even though there's not much room to spread out in it, especially your legs. There is a bedroom with a bed, a desk, and a beanbag, in addition to a bathroom and a kitchen. It's also very peculiar to live in a house that's too small for your family. Number 12. Cappadocia, Turkey. In this remote region of Turkey, there's a mystery to solve involving a surrealistic environment and a range of mountainous and rocky terrains. This region, which now appears to be devoid of life, was formerly highly populated. The people engaged in animal husbandry and crop cultivation, transforming the valleys into monasteries concealed within caves and tunnels. Among the most well-known instances of underground towns in Derakuyu, a metropolis consisting of dozens of levels extending 60 meters deep and extensive tubes with a total capacity of more than 20,000 people. The native tough rocks are soft and flexible, allowing houses to be drilled with a shovel or even a spoon with patience. Number 11. This futuristic city, UAE. Masdar City in Abu Dhabi is the result of having a lot of money and nothing to do with it. Masdar City's goal is to be as eco-friendly as possible and become the first zero-carbon metropolis. Thus, it features self-driving cars, solar-powered everything, a wall surrounding the city to manage temperatures, and even a massive wind tunnel in the center to cool it. Masdar City was expected to have 40,000 residents and 50,000 commuters. However, neither occurred. When the Abu Dhabi administration recognized they would not achieve their zero-carbon target, they essentially abandoned it, offering us the valuable lesson to forsake our aspirations when the going gets tough. There are only a few college students remaining who continue to study sustainable industries. Number 10. Principality of Sealand. One of the most odd aspects of the Principality of Sealand is the fact that it is currently inhabited by a number of different caretakers. Despite the fact that he, Sealand's de facto ruler, His Highness Prince Michael Bates, Regent of Sealand, no longer resides on the island. In the past, people of Sealand have competed in international sporting contests, and today, in addition to having their own passports and monetary system, they also use their own currency. Number 9. Danakil Depression, Ethiopia. This very scary wasteland is known as the Danakil Depression, and it was created when 3 tectonic plates collided to erupt volcanoes and other features, such as boiling chemical lakes, hot springs, and who knows what else. The average annual precipitation is 4 to 8 inches, and the average annual temperature is 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Nonetheless, the Afar people of Ethiopia have made this harsh environment their home. They achieve this by walking for weeks at a time to local markets to sell salt, and by evolving over centuries to require less food and water than other humans. Number 8. Old Water Tower, Belgium. The structure was built in the 1930s and served as a water tower until the 1990s. The water tower was converted into 6-story apartments in 2007. To access the 4,300 square feet of living space, you'll have to climb numerous stairs. It is odd to reside in a home that was once a water tower. Number 7. Pyramid Home, Miziara. This strange house was erected in the 90s. This pyramid house in the quirky town of Miziara is supposed to imitate the Egyptian ruins, as you can tell. This house was undoubtedly influenced by the pyramids of ancient Egypt. Inside the house, it's no surprise you'll find other Egyptian-inspired things such as rugs, vases, and statues. Number 6. Matmata, Tunisia. It was not widely known until 1967 that there were permanent communities in addition to nomadic tribes in this region. That year, 22 days of intense rainfall flooded the troglodyte dwellings, causing many of them to collapse. To obtain assistance from the authorities, help was dispatched to the town of Gabes. The delegates were astonished to discover that people were living there, but assistance was provided. However, the majority of people continued to live in their reconstructed underground housing, and just a few families went to the new surface residences. Today, Matmata is a prominent tourist destination, and the majority of its inhabitants make a living by exhibiting their homes and dwellings to visitors. Tourism is the principal source of income. Number 5. Transparent Home, Tokyo, Japan. This translucent house in Tokyo has 900 square feet of living area, making it significantly larger than the apartment in Warsaw. However, something is lacking: your privacy. Despite this, one cannot complain with the building's lighting. The architects of the house desire to recreate life within a tree, which takes inventiveness to a whole new level. Certainly, it's the most peculiar home ever inhabited. Number 4. San Pedro Prison, Bolivia. In the early 2000s, a British prisoner began giving tours of the San Pedro prison in La Paz, Bolivia, to visiting tourists. Obviously, the prison attracted people quickly because it's such a unique tourist attraction. San Pedro is incomparable to any other prison in the world. Notably, no cells are present. Instead, convicts must purchase their own housing. The prison is also a self-contained community with restaurants, a real estate system, shops, and one of the country's busiest cocaine factories. Combining children with inmates is one of the craziest living situations you must have ever heard of. In the San Pedro prison, children and wives live with their incarcerated fathers, leaving during the day for school or jobs, but returning each night to sleep in the cells. Number 3. Ponte Vecchio, Italy. Another unusual but lovely location to visit is Ponte Vecchio. It was once common for people to live above their shops, but this is no longer the case. However, it is rumored that some of the shops on the Ponte Vecchio still have small apartments hidden from view of the many tourists and residents of Florence, Italy. Built near the Roman bridge, the Ponte Vecchio, or Old Bridge, served as Florence's sole river crossing until 2018. During the Middle Ages, the Ponte Vecchio served as a bridge, a commercial corridor, and a portion of the city's defenses, earning it the moniker Golden Bridge. Number 2. The abandoned capital of Myanmar. This little country is located between China and Thailand in Southeast Asia. Similar to many of its neighbors, the country has a low GDP and a small population. The government of Myanmar has decided to construct a new capital city. And not just any city, but a gigantic, excessively large, and unaffordable capital city. Naypyidaw is on our list of ridiculous places to live because it is 4 times the size of London and 6 times the size of New York. The capital features 20-lane roadways, high-speed Wi-Fi, and contemporary hotels and shopping malls. Burma maintains that 1 million people reside there, although the country is actually a ghost town. There are 0 automobiles on the roads, 0 people in the hotels, and the shopping centers are utterly abandoned. Number 1. Cenatil de las Bodegas. Cenatil de las Bodegas, a tiny village in the west of Andalusia, is yet another strange destination for a person. Above it, like a balcony, hangs a massive rock that appears to be poised to collapse. But this has not occurred for 800 years. Those who wish to dwell here carve themselves a pleasant cave in the basalt, adding residential structures and wine cellars. In the summer, a stone block protects residents from the heat, and in the winter, it protects them from the wind. However, you must combat the cold by heating your home with wood or coal. 3,000 people are now employed in the serving of tourists, as well as the production of jamon, chorizo, and other meat and sausage products whose fame is well-deserved and stretches far beyond their birthplace. A strange place may be hard to reach, have distinct qualities or architecture, or have a distinct culture, yet it fascinates us.